A growing number of homeowners in Northwest Arkansas raising concerns tonight about a local contractor. 5 News reporter Lauren Spencer joining us now with a look at some of these alleged issues. Lauren?
The Better Business Bureau and local homeowners say they're investigating Keaton Lofgren, who operates Precise Landscaping and More, which was based in Lowell. At least 34 victims are now listed in a group organized by Leslie Ray, who's been collecting documentation of incomplete projects and missed payments.
It was all just a scam. He was just putting me off and putting me off.
Homeowners say Lofgren accepted payment for jobs that weren't completed or left properties in disrepair.
It's a bad deal because it hurts everybody in the small business.
Robert Maimans, a subcontractor himself, says he almost lost $300 when Lofgren bought a chainsaw for a job from him.
He wrote me a rubber check on a closed account, but it was the point of the matter that I'm just not going to let it happen.
The Better Business Bureau says they're investigating Lofgren's profile, which has multiple one-star reviews.
What we look for is a pattern. So a pattern of negative reviews, a pattern of unresponded to reviews, a pattern of complaints especially.
They say reviews can signal when a business may need further investigation, including verification of licensing.
So if we know that a business is operating without a license and they require a license, that's a big reason why our rating will take a dive. Get referrals and check those reviews, really just anywhere you can, because it's easier to head off these issues on the front end than it is on the back end.
Lofgren declined an on-camera interview, but told us he did have insurance and bonding at the time of the projects and that he tried to complete the work to satisfy clients. He says he did not intentionally mislead anyone and that his business is no longer operating due to the attention from the online group. Leslie Ray says she is sharing documentation with local prosecutors and the Arkansas Attorney General's office.
I would love to see a stronger court system to help these types of situations out without having to go to 3 to 6 months worth of court for a $300 chainsaw.
The BBB encourages homeowners to research contractors, check licensing, and avoid paying full amounts up front to prevent scams. We also reached out to the Arkansas Contractors Licensing Board, which confirms Lofgren did not have a current contractor's license. Lofgren added on the phone to me that he plans to never work a landscaping job again. Lauren Spencer, 5 News.
Hey, Lauren, thanks. Appreciate that. Fort Smith City directors tonight began the discussion of bringing back summertime mosquito spraying. It was a program that had been in effect in Fort Smith since the late 60s, but it was put on hold last May. Fogging cost the city about $73,000 a year, and directors had mixed feelings about bringing it back.
I understand and appreciate folks have differences on this, and good folks have honest disagreements about it, and that's okay. I just think we really, truly can't completely abandon trying to do something meaningful to address the mosquito population.
Because I don't have data, because we don't have data, we don't know the effectiveness of this. If we could get it, that'd be awesome. I was against it then. I'm still against it now. But if we could have the data, I'd sure like to be able to prove it out and say, yeah, we need to go ahead and do this.
The issue will come up for a final vote at the March 17th City Directors meeting. There are new filings from both sides in the capital murder case against Andrew McGann. He is the man accused of murdering 2 people at Devil's Den State Park last summer. Defense attorneys filed a motion this morning accusing prosecutor Brandon Carter of violating a gag order and asked the judge to remove the death penalty option as a result. Carter is running for a Court of Appeals seat, and defense attorneys cited a campaign ad and a public presentation where the case was referenced, and argued the publicity could impact a future jury pool. In his response, Carter denied any violation, saying he did not discuss evidence or guilt, only publicly available information, and told audiences he could not comment on the case. Now, the judge has not set a date for her ruling on the matter. As of now, McGann's next court date is set for April 1st. 2 southern Missouri law enforcement officers killed in the line of duty this week. It happened in Christian County, about 20 miles south of Springfield. The sheriff's office identified the deputies who died in the shooting as 30-year-old Gabe Ramirez and 40-year-old Michael Hislop. Reporter Adam Woodbray has the latest on what police and community members are saying about this shooting.
We heard about the police officer that had been shot and killed, And then we heard seemed like there was just, police cars just everywhere.
Dennis Pritchard says deputies were swarming all over his neighborhood off of Highway 160 near Reed Spring Monday night.
We had them on both sides of the house, and police checking out places and stuff, and it was just, really chaotic what was going on. And it was just kind of hard to keep up with all of it. But
the sheriff says the search began after Deputy Gabriel Ramirez was shot and killed during a traffic stop south of Highlandville. Deputies say the suspect, Richard Bird, took off, and that's what started the hours-long manhunt.
I knew it was a bad deal, but I didn't know that the guy was still on the loose, and it surprised me at how many officers were at the site and were on the road.
The police radio captured the tense moments as deputies looked for Bird.
He's right at the back of that patrol unit. He's still hunkered down behind a tree. Shots fired. Shots fired. Copy, shots fired. This is suspect, shots fired.
A video from a doorbell camera captured what happened next. Moments later, this call came across the radio.
Hold position, guys. Stay back, stay back. We got him. Suspect down, weapon is secure. 797. The scene secure.
Bird was killed in the shootout, and so was Christian County Deputy Michael Hislop. For neighbors, the silence that followed was heavy.
what's really going through my mind is the police officers that were killed and the police officers that were wounded. Our hearts really go out to them. And
2 other sheriff's deputies were shot and injured in that shootout. Now, the ongoing investigation is being led by the sheriff's critical incident team.